Sean Diddy Combs is certainly in. Let's just talk about certainly the situation involving some of the people that we've looked up to, and it looks like we've already had another musical artist. Of course, I'm thinking of R. Kelly when this type of situation happens, and now we have this Sean P. Diddy Combs situation happening, and they were influential. He's a music mogul, somebody that we grew up listening to, soundtrack of our lives. I can just remember, of course, when you were talking about Bad Boy, so many big, humongous artists came out of Bad Boy Records, and what can I say? I'm not personally going to hold it against some of the other artists, but certainly in the past couple of months and maybe even a whole year, there's just been a lot of things coming down on pretty much the head of Bad Boy, the head of Sean John. He's certainly got multiple businesses that he certainly has started and been involved in. We're talking about a true mogul here, and certainly a billionaire potentially. And they've said he's one of the hip hop's billionaires. So first of all, it's just really unfortunate that somebody in this high stature in this type of place has this type of stuff happen to him, and really has put himself in this situation. And it's just really unfortunate because a lot of us, certainly entrepreneurs and business people, really looked up to Diddy. And it's just like, this has just tarnished his image, tarnished his reputation. It was already on that downside when certainly a lot of the lawsuits started coming out. Of course, I think initially some people were saying, hey, these are people just trying to get a payday. And some people were kind of just still riding with Diddy, just still holding on to hope that some of these allegations were not true. But of course, then we saw the video that gave us basically insight into everything that certainly his former artist, former girlfriend, Cassie, was certainly claiming in her lawsuit. So that video was just kind of a lot of eye-opening for a lot of people. So, but a lot of us knew that maybe this type of stuff could have been going on because of his, certainly we could kind of see that he was kind of a tough businessman. He's just very demanding. I understand that. But all that other stuff is just going way beyond. And now that we have these new federal criminal allegations, and certainly the indictment that came down in regards to certainly the criminal now case that he's facing. And when we're talking about that criminal case, we're talking about sex trafficking, racketeering, and understand it's a RICO charge that they're certainly trying to have him face in regards to federal court. And we also saw all the raids and so forth, and some of the information has come out of the raids that he had, such as 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Now that does say a lot. You can imagine what those were for, and certainly it just paints a picture of these parties and certain things that some celebrities have talked about, that there were a lot of things that went on during these parties that could really certainly possibly put him in jail for multiple years. So it's just really unfortunate. It's really sad to hear, because of the fact that I know a lot of people, including myself as a businessman, looked up to Sean Diddy Combs and the businesses that he built from the ground up, and his drive and his entrepreneurial spirit. It's just really unfortunate, and it kind of just shows you that you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So shout out to any of the victims of whatever was going on. I do think it's certainly a right move that possibly he's going to have to stay in jail, especially if some of these claims that he could potentially influence witnesses to testify or somehow bully them. I see that as pretty logical. So they want to make sure that they get him for everything that is alleged. Of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. So Not everything, of course, it has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt in the court of law, in federal court. But this is going to be a crazy trial. Unfortunately, because it's federal court, we won't be seeing it. We'll just be depicting it or looking at it depicted through drawings and whatever. But of course, certainly there'll be media surrounding this case. And I certainly don't expect this case to go forward anytime soon. I think the investigation is still ongoing, especially because he had multiple houses, multiple evidence that has to be gone through, and it could be other charges being brought. It just doesn't look good, and it is what it is, though. Hey, they say whatever you do in the dark will always come to light, so you got to be careful. And what I'm also worried about is, if certainly they've gone through and raided these homes and taken a lot of videos and so forth, who are on these videos? Because as we all know, many celebrities, many entertainers, certainly musical entertainers and actors and everything have been to a Diddy party. Everybody talks about a Diddy party. So who participated? Who is he going to bring in? Who's next? I guess we'll have to see. But we're just going to have to wait till this trial starts and we start seeing a lot of the evidence that they're going to have against him. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents about it. Hope you guys have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Hopefully we'll talk about something a little bit lighter, certainly some other topics that isn't so down in the dumps as this one is, and unfortunate and disappointing, very disappointing. All right, until the next time, peace.